And the opposition Protestant people started to throw the stones and petrol bombs right up.
What time was this?
About 2:30 in the afternoon, and it kept on going all afternoon up to about 7 o'clock. We hadn't a policeman to protect us.
When did the troops arrive?
The troops didn't arrive till about 7 o'clock at least. 7 or 8, I think it was. And we were left holding the baby all the time for to fight ourselves. No defence of any kind except stones on what we had, not what we could find in the streets. Next thing that happened was the people on the opposition side, they are supplied with the guns from the B specials.
Were they using guns?
They were using guns. We hadn't a gun. We managed to get 4 guns unauthorised from our people. And if we hadn't had those guns, the whole place would have been taken over by them.
Did you use these guns?
They did use those guns, yes, but it was more or less to frighten them off.
But what happened then? Did they actually come into the area?
They came into the area lots of times, but we were able to chase them off again, and with the shots of the guns that made them fly off again, get back over their borderline again.
Where did they come in? Did they come in over this barricade here behind us?
From Cooper Street. From Cooper Street area there is the borderline where the Protestants are, and they came right on over into the Catholic area to try to burn the Catholics out of the house.
Were all these houses occupied yesterday?
They were all occupied, yes. Yesterday, all by Roman Catholics. And
where are these people now?
All those people are away up living in different places, such as different areas, such as Turf Lodge, different other places like St. Thomas's School. Some of them are up in.
What are you going to do? Are you going to stay here?
I'm down ridden with my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law's away down to Newcastle for safety, and we're renting their house, but we're warning the night if they're going to come up that district where we're in, living in Colin Park Street.
This is the borderland with the Protestant area, isn't it?
That's correct.
Catholic and Protestants
yes,
joining here. Have you had trouble here before? Has it always been a
yes,
sparking point?
Yes, it was always a sparking point on the 12th of July. The bands come in parading on the 12th of July, the Orange Men, and as soon as they're passing this area, they always aggravated a lot by humming the drums. They try to, my opinion is that they're trying to get Clonard Munster here. In 1920 trouble, there was a brother shot dead in Clonard Munster there from a sniper here.
What was this building over here that's in rubble now?
That building was ordinary houses, residential houses.
Just here?
Yes, and there was a small cobbler's repair shop there.
Was that actually operational yesterday?
No, it wasn't there. In fact, that man was a Protestant, but we never touched him at all. He's able to come up back, but apparently with the trouble on, he didn't come to open yesterday.
Were there any other shops here?
No, that's the only shop there.
Were these all Catholic families?
All Catholic families. Every one of them have been, the whole lot. This is all predominantly Catholic in this section. Over here is the borderline. That's the Protestant area there.
As you can see, there isn't any.
They came up from there.
They came up from there. And we had a barricade.
How many of them were in it?
Oh gosh, we say they had guns and ammunition, and we hadn't anything at all.
Where were you at this time?
Well, we had to fly into the Clonard church, the monastery, and we had to crawl along on our tummies, you know, to save ourselves from getting shot, you know, through one of the windows.
Were there any people who were in the streets at all?
They were sniping, you know, from everybody had sort of cleared out from this part, you know, and they were sniping from the roofs and, you know, they're getting over that way. Well, we hadn't anything to protect ourselves at all.
What happened when the troops moved in? This was about 7 o'clock, was it?
Well, after that we went away then, really.
It really was a Welsh...
The burning stopped then?
No, the burning didn't stop. The Welsh regiment, it was a Welsh regiment that moved in. And about 12 o'clock, about 11 o'clock I'd say, they made another attack from the Protestant area, and the troops ran away and left it. They were frightened, and one of them, apparently, as I'm led to believe, was injured, and they even went away and left him. Yes, they went away and left them also. And that was the Welsh regiment. Of course, there was a different regiment in there, apparently. This regiment, I think, is the Scotch regiment. Is there...
No, it's not. It's
what is it?
Infantry.
Infantry, is it?
Okay.
Listen, how did they actually burn these houses along here?
By throwing petrol bombs over the roof from the Protestant area.
They didn't actually come into the street?
They did. Some of them came up as far as this here.
This house here behind you is still burning?
Yes, that's right.
Did they throw... still burning this morning, as a matter of fact.
In fact, even this morning, at around about 8 or 9 o'clock, the military were here, and what happened next was there's a couple of snipers here, and the military had to get off, and we had to desert the streets, and the military had to go in the back to see if they could get the snipers here. This is only at 10 o'clock this morning, snipers. And the military was all around all the houses there to get them.
Well, listen, this is a no man's land now.
No, this is...
Will the people come back?
Well, they'll try and invade. My opinion is that they're trying to come right on up to take the rest of the Catholic area and to set the rest of the houses on fire.
But what about the people who lived here? Will they come back?
No, they'll hardly. To the Catholic area to try to burn the Catholics out of the house.
Were all these houses occupied yesterday?
They were all occupied, yes. Yesterday, all by Roman Catholics. And
where are these people now?
All those people are away up living in different places, such as different areas, such as Turf Lodge, different other places like St. Thomas's School. Some of them are up then.
What are you going to do? Are you going to stay here?
I'm down ridden with my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law's away down to Newcastle for safety, and we're renting their house, but we're warning the night if they're going to come up to that district where we're in, living in Collin Park Street.
The other side of the road.
This is the borderland with the Protestant area, isn't it?
That's correct.
Catholic and Protestants
yes,
joining here. Have you had trouble here before? Has it always been a
yes, it was always a
trouble?
sparking point on the 12th of July. The bands coming parading on the 12th of July, the Orange Men, and as soon as they're passing this area, they always aggravated a lot by humming the drums. They try to, my opinion is that they're trying to get Clonard Monastery here. In 1920 trouble, there was a brother shot dead in Clonard Monastery there from a sniper here.
What was this building over here that's in rubble now?
That building was ordinary houses, residential houses.
Just here?
Yes, and there was a small cobbler's repair shop there.
Was that actually operational yesterday?
No, it wasn't there. In fact, that operation, that man was a Protestant, and we never touched him at all. He's able to come up back, but apparently with the trouble on, he didn't come to open yesterday.
Were there any other shops here?
No, that's the only shop there.
Were these all Catholic families?
All Catholic families. Every one of them have been, all the whole lot. This is all predominantly Catholic in this section. Over here is the borderline. That's the Protestant area there.
As you can see, there isn't any other
they came up from there?
They came up from there. And we had a
How many of them were in it?
Oh gosh, we say they had guns and ammunition, and we hadn't anything at all.
Where were you at this time?
Well, we had to fly into the Clonard church, the monastery, and we had to crawl along on our tummies, you know, to save ourselves from getting shot, you know, through one of the windows.
Were there any people who were in the streets at all?
They were sniping, you know, from everybody had sort of cleared out from this part, you know, and they were sniping from the roofs and, you know, they're getting over that way. Well, we hadn't anything to protect ourselves at all.
What happened when the troops moved in? This was about 7 o'clock, was it?
Well, after that we went away then, really.
It really was a Welsh...
The burning stopped then?
No, the burning didn't stop. The Welsh regiment, it was a Welsh regiment that moved in. And about 12 o'clock, about 11 o'clock I'd say, they made another attack from the Protestant area, and the troops ran away and left it. They were frightened, and one of the men, apparently, as I'm led to believe, was injured, and they even went away and left him. In fact, that operation, that man was a Protestant, and we never touched him at all. He's able to come up back, but apparently with the trouble on, he didn't come to open yesterday.
Were there any other shops here?
No, that's the only shop there.
Were these all Catholic families?
All Catholic families. Every one of them have been, all the whole lot. This is all predominantly Catholic in this section. Over here is the borderline. That's the Protestant area there.
As you can see, there isn't any other
they came up from there?
They came up from there. And we had a
How many of them were in it?
Oh gosh, we say they had guns and ammunition, and we hadn't anything at all.
Where were you at this time?
Well, we had to fly into the Clonard church, the monastery, and we had to crawl along on our tummies, you know, to save ourselves from getting shot, you know, through one of the windows.
Were there any people who were in the streets at all?
They were sniping, you know, from everybody had sort of cleared out from this part, you know, and they were sniping from the roofs and, you know, they're getting over that way. Well, we hadn't anything to protect ourselves at all.
What happened when the troops moved in? This was about 7 o'clock, was it?
Well, after that we We went away then, really.
It was
you know?
it really was a
Did
Welsh.
the burning stop then?
No, the burning didn't stop. The Welsh regiment, it was a Welsh regiment that moved in. On about 12 o'clock, about 11 o'clock, I'd say, they made another attack from the Protestant area, and the troops ran away and left it. They were frightened, and one of the men that apparently, as I'm led to believe, was injured, and they even went away and left him. Yes, they went away and left them also. And that was the Welsh regiment. Of course, we have a different regiment in apparently. This regiment, I think, is the Scotch regiment. Is there?
No, it's not. It's
what is it?
infantry. The
Infantry, is it?
okay.
Listen, how did they actually burn these houses along here?
By throwing petrol bombs over the roof from the Protestant area.
They didn't actually come into the street.
They did. Someone came up as
Must
far as
have.
this here.
This house here behind you is still burning.
Yes, that's
Did
right.
They're all
Well,
still,
did they
they're
throw-
all still burning this morning, as a matter of fact.
in fact, even this morning, at about around about 8 or 9 o'clock, the military were here, and what happened next was there's a couple of snipers here, and the military had to get off, and we had to desert the streets, and the military had to go in the back to see if they could get the snipers here. This was only at 10 o'clock this morning, snipers, and the military was all around all the houses there to get them.
Well, listen, this is a no man's land now.
No, this is
Will the people come back?
well, they'll try and invade. My opinion is that they're trying to come right on up to take the rest of the Catholic area and to set the rest of the houses on fire.
Well, what about
That's
the people who lived here? Will they come back?
No, they'll